remember this being a peaceful place.
I wonder why it is that you recall this place. You must be weak of heart. Each time I speak, it scares you so.
I'm sorry.
Although the battle's at an end, do not feel too at ease. Well, anyhow, I am quite fascinated by this place. As far as I can tell, this is your first time here.
Still, it seems familiar.
How very odd. I wonder if somehow my memories have... I must admit I am unsure. Beyond the name and the strange feeling of familiarity, I can't seem to remember anything about this place. And yet, a great depth of emotions tied to that sense of familiarity. Like joy and sorrow, pain and love, and all things in between. If I was somehow here before, I wonder what took place.
Professor, I was wondering where you were. It's about time we headed back to the monastery.
It is time to depart. But know that time reveals all things. One day I will remember that which I have lost. Oh, by the way, it seems you've earned my gratitude. The thieves who came here are no more.
Why are you grateful?
I am not sure myself, yet I am grateful all the same. In any case, you must become accustomed to my voice. If you fall down with shock each time I speak, that just won't do. Oh, you think you're standing strong? Of course you are. It was a jest.
On our way out, I had the chance to observe the Red Canyon. Did you notice anything, Professor?
I did.
Of course. I expected as much. The area was covered in ruins, each more curious than the last. They did not match the architectural style of any era or culture within the Empire, or across all of Fodlan for that matter. That can only mean one thing. The Valley civilization must have flourished and fallen in the distant past, long before the Empire was established. Who do you think lived there?
A culture have long since perished.
It's possible they weren't even human. Perhaps their remnants still influence this world.
So you have safely disposed of those bandits. I pray that their souls find salvation. But why did they target the students to begin with? We must further investigate the true cause of all that took place. Until we know more, I ask that you support the students and relieve them of any unnecessary worry.
I will do all that I can.
Good. I have high expectations for you. By the way, how was your time in Xanadu? Legend has it, in ancient times, a goddess alighted upon this world in that very canyon. For a goddess from the heavens, Xanadu could only have been a temporary haven.
A temporary haven?
Long ago, the divine Seiros received a revelation from the goddess, a gift to help guide the lost. The goddess is always watching over Fodlan from her kingdom above. However, in ancient times, the goddess graced this world with her presence and offered salvation to the people here. She is the mother of all life, the arbiter of every soul.
I didn't know.
I see. During your time here, I pray that you come to devote yourself to the teachings of Seiros.
Lady Rhea, I am sorry to interrupt. There is something I must ask about in regard to those bandits.
As you wish. We shall continue our discussion when next we meet.
A goddess? I have no memory of her. But then, I have no memory at all. Oh, how bothersome. It is as though I know, and yet I don't. Perhaps Xanadu was my home back when the goddess walked the land. If so, what does that make me now? A ghost?
I don't know.
No, that cannot be. I am most certainly alive. Of course, we also have the mystery of why I'm here with you. Is it somehow connected? Perhaps some past regret is stopping me from moving on, and now I'm forced to stay with you instead. No, that's not it. I can't believe in such a meaningless existence.
Part 1. White Clouds. Garland Moon. Mutiny in the Mist. When the warm winds blow from the sea to the south of Adrestia, residents of Fodlan know that the rainy season is upon them. Before the heavy rains take their toll, young women hurry to pick the last of the white roses. The ivory buds are woven into garlands and given as gifts to close friends or potential lovers.
There are new places to explore in the monastery. Hello everyone, I'm the Tuna Whale, and I'm here with another episode of Fire Emblem Three Houses. Last time we took care of the bandits who were inhabiting the Red Canyon Xanadu, and this time we'll be exploring the monastery and hearing about our task for this month.
Professor, I have a new mission for your students.
We have received reports that Lord Lonato has rallied troops against the Holy Church of Faerghus.
Why would he do that?
Lord Lonato is a minor lord of the kingdom. He's been showing hostility toward the church for some time now.
A vanguard unit from the Knights of Faerghus is already on its way to his stronghold, Castle Gaspar. Lord Lonato's army is nothing compared to the Knights. It is quite possible the rebellion has already been suppressed.
Even so, I would like for your class to travel with the Knights' rear guard to deal with the aftermath.
War zones are unpredictable. We do not expect you will have cause to battle, but be prepared for the worst.
Excuse me. You sent for me, Lady Rhea?
This is Catherine. She will be leading the Knights whom you will be accompanying.
Nice to meet you. We've heard a lot about you. If you need anything, just ask.
She is one of our bravest knights, and that is no small feat. Only an exceptional few have what it takes to join the Knights of Faerghus. This mission should prove useful in demonstrating to the students how foolish it would be to ever turn their blades on the church.
Here we have Sylvain's birthday.
Thank
We'll
you
buy him
so
some
much.
flowers. Again, I'm not recruiting him, but it doesn't hurt. And you probably will, because you'll try to recruit him. Because Sylvain is by no means a bad unit. Here we have online statistics, but on the first day of every month, I'll try to explore the monastery. Because all the students have little things to say. We also have unlocked mission assistance, which I will get into. And there's nothing, you know. Oh, no, never mind. Here's
You have
Sophus.
spent quite some time in here, engaging in such idle chatter. Do you not know that we have not a moment left to waste?
I should have
You
listened
must
more
try
intently.
harder from now on.
But of course. So here are DLC supplies. Basically what it is that you can get these items. I'm not going to be using them because it's kind of an unfair advantage. I don't really mind using the stupid things like feeding the cats that one time. Well, feeding cats is stupid, but I don't mind using that considering just like one random like black steel sand or whatever it was. And that's not really going to make that big a difference. And later on, we'll be able to buy some. Anyway, there's the shifty merchant looking at this corner.
Things we can't obtain here are likely obtainable by way of the underground. Are you unfamiliar with Garreg Underground? The place is an absolute paradise for those who can't stay above ground.
Interesting. Perhaps we'll hear about that story another time. Anyway, there's a dog here. I'm not going to be feeding the animals because, again, most of you, well, I don't know if most of you, but some of you can't do that. But, yeah. Anyway, here we have Catherine, who we'll be working with.
Here to train? You really are as hardworking as they say.
That's right, I'm a
Maybe
force
the
of nature.
gossip's wrong. Hardworking people usually don't like to make a big fuss about it.
We bested the Knights of Saros in one bout, even though they definitely weren't trying their hardest. It still is a little nice thing to do. We got some lost items. We'll get into what those do later. But let's talk to Edelgard because she's here with us.
Even within the Knights of Saros, Catherine is the strongest. By a large margin from what I've gathered. Why not seek her out as a sparring partner, Professor? I have a
She
favorite
has a quest
task.
for us, and we have an Abyss Rumor. This is another one of those DLC
Something
quests.
about this situation doesn't feel right. Why would a minor lord raise an army against a foe he cannot possibly hope to defeat?
Indeed, it is suspicious. Let's talk to Felix and I'll finish what I was going to say.
Catherine, Her skill is impressive, I'll admit. So is her sword. But I think she's hiding something. Nobody knows anything about her past. You should spar with her. She's strong. Stronger than you are, I'd bet.
Perhaps she is. So the way mission assistance works is, let's say for example I wanted to have, you know what, I'll just use this as an example.
You
Let's say I
should
wanted to
spar.
have
Join me for some trainings.
oh, well, that's an oops. But anyway, let's
should
say I
spar.
wanted to have Felix join me on a mission, but I didn't have, you can obviously see I didn't have the speed and sword requirements to recruit him. I can basically ask for him to help me with this month's activities. Unfortunately, he won't be gaining any experience, and nor will he be able to basically, I can't give him like a steel sword to work more effectively. Though, if let's say he kills someone who will drop an item like a steel sword, because that's on my mind, it'll go straight to convoy. Let's talk to Leonie here.
I'm studying here so I could be the best there is, just like Captain Gerald. Do you think I've got it in me to be a top-tier mercenary, Professor? I'm
Depends
going
on
to
how
work
hard
a
you
lot
work.
harder than all the fancy nobles around here, I can tell you that.
That's fair. A lot of the nobles are like, I'm nobility, so I don't know, I am amazing. Anyway, let's go down here. Let's see here. And inside this room is Ferdinand studying the chalkboard. And an
My
item.
central duty as a noble is to protect the common folk. I abhor those like Lord Lonato, who deliberately shatter the peace. Utterly disgraceful. You have a kind soul, Professor. Now I feel a little sheepish for showing anger and not empathy. I apologize for my impetuousness.
And then I'll pick up this lost item. There we go. A white glove. It seems like something Edelgard would own. I guess I'll get into this now. Sometimes when we walk around the monastery, you'll find these dropped items, and actually no, I don't think we can do that yet.
Even within the Why
If
not
we want to
seek-
give it to Edelgard, we can't. But there's going to be a quest for us to do. I believe Gerald will give it to us over there, and it's basically about what we can do with these lost items. So let's go down to the captain's quarters, or is he in the medical room? Nope, that's Manuela.
Did you hear? There's news of someone in the kingdom raising an army. The kingdom, the empire, the alliance. They do love a good war, don't they? Spilling the blood of young men and women. And for what? Just to enjoy the horror of it?
I suppose some people
Would
don't
you be so
understand why others would
kind
go
as
to war.
to do me a favor?
Anyway, here we have another thing we can do with our free points. We can receive some training. So if you remember how instruction works, it's basically the same thing but for violence instead. So we can spend our activity points to learn how to use certain skills from certain professors. For example, Manuela is good with a sword and magic. I don't know if she's good with flying, but anyway, we can learn these 3 skills from her, and depending on who we go to, we can learn different skills. So, for example, I want to have Violet be able to use some white magic in case I want to go that route with him. He gets a good.
I simply must thank you, Professor.
And we get a little bonus. We get some carrots and cabbages, renown, and 500 gold. We'll get into what renown can do later. Anyway, let's go to the crest analyzer, and Hanuman is in his room, which is strange. We have the crest of squiggle still. Anyway, let us go over to, I believe that, I don't know what the room's called. It's not, the library's on the other side, but let us go talk to Gerald, who is in this room here.
Hey, Castle Gaspar, eh? I've been there once before, many years ago. It was by request of the son of that family, Christoph, I think it was. I have a request.
Lost and found. You can probably guess what this quest is going to help us do. And if you notice on the map, if you look at the little mini map in the top right, there's a kind of like glowing yellow spot. That means that there is a thing for us to. Oh goodness, what? Why is that stopped? Huh. I'll check on that. That doesn't seem good. Sorry about that. I just needed to fix something quickly. And here we have the lost item, the wooden flask that Jared was looking for. So let's go turn that into him, shall we?
Last. Those Abyssian idiots. All they ever do is cause trouble. We'd best purge the entire underbelly of Garland Moon.
Okay, Arthas, I guess we have to purge the entire city. Anyway, jokes aside, let's go to Gerald and turn in that item, because that basically starts so what we do with Manuel allows us to get some instruction from the professors and other staff here at Garland Moon. Here we can start giving the lost items to who they belong to.
Thanks for your help.
Quest complete. We get some gifts we can give to our students, and we can basically give them. So if we give a lost item to a student, what will happen is that they will get some motivation, and they'll be then we'll get some support points with them. We'll get to. Can we get? Oh, we can get supports now. I won't show these terribly often because it will take a long time if I just show off all the supports. And trust me, this Let's Play would be much longer if I just showed every single support when it came up. I might show them some other time, but basically the way that supports work is that you'll get some insight on the character between the characters. Hopefully that makes sense. So anyway, we'll be hearing the interaction between the characters, we'll be learning a bit more about them, and if you have a student or just someone else support with Byleth while they're in Byleth's house, they will get full motivation. Anyway, let's talk to Ignatz here examining this vase.
This place has so many breathtaking works of art. I feel like I'm living in a museum. Each piece can teach us about styles and techniques from 1,000 years ago.
Do you like art?
Yes, very much. I'm from a family of merchants, so I've been able to see a lot of art.
As you can see, we can give him a lost item. Of course, we can probably guess who most of these work to. Gee, I wonder who likes crests. But anyway, we'll return to the people when we see them. If you give it to the wrong person, they just say like, "This is mine," and then you have to ask someone else. Anyway, let's talk to Lady Rhea here.
Pointing a sword at the Holy Church of Seiros is akin to pointing a sword at the goddess herself, meting out appropriate punishment to the sinful. It is a sacred duty with which we have been entrusted. As a member of the church yourself, I hope that you will take that to heart.
But of course. I'm not going to use my last point yet. What I usually like to do is spend at least 1 point in the dining hall, just so we can get the motivation of our students so we can better instruct them. Because instruction's precious, we only get to use this 3-ish times a month. So I like to have the students' motivation up so we can train them more effectively. Anyway, here's Tomas in the back of the library.
Professor, I heard that you may battle alongside Catherine. Even among the knights, she is something special. A holy knight who is able to wield a hero's relic. Still, she can be a mite difficult.
Intriguing. Alright. Let us go down to the cathedral and talk to everyone who's there. Here we are. Here we have the counselor, and we can talk to them. And tell us that the advice box is locked. Great, okay. Let's talk to Asher.
What's going to happen to Lonato? If he's killed, I don't know how I'll live with that.
It's an unfortunate reality.
Right.
Sometimes people will have war without thinking about those who are right next to them. Those who truly love them.
Lord Lonato.
He used to stay at the monastery rather frequently. He was such a pious man, a true believer. Such a terrible shame. I wonder what changed him.
Indeed, sometimes we don't understand what's going on in people's heads. Anyway, there's someone over there in the corner of the monastery. It's Alois.
Past here is the Holy Mausoleum, where the saints of the Church of Faerghus slumber. Sorry, but only a select few members of the church are allowed entry. It's open to the public on only one day of the year, for the goddess's rite of rebirth.
Interesting. Alright, let us go. I'm just going to be following the mini-map and talking to students as they pop up and other staff members just to hear what they have to say about current affairs. I might not talk to every Knight of Faerghus or monk, but I'll at least talk to every one of the students and staff members who are here.
The monastery grounds are far too spread out. Feels like it takes hours to get from one area to another. And no, that's not because I'm getting lost. I'm a fully capable, mature person who never gets lost.
It's alright to admit you get lost sometimes. Like, it basically is a show of strength if you have to ask for direction to go somewhere. Anyway, there's someone on this bridge over here. It is Ingrid.
Here's the story. We are truly blessed with how fertile the monastery grounds are. Every day, there's something new to harvest.
Interesting. And then I guess upon that note, we will go over to... We'll just go over to the greenhouse because, I mean, it has a lot of plants in it. So, might as well based on what Ingrid just told us.
Inspirational. The plants of Fodlan are different ones than in Bridget. And people here are unknowing of the spirits who watch over the earth and bless it. Only the goddess is known. Is that factual?
Different places have different faiths. Ooh, the crops are doing well. So, let us talk to the greenhouse keeper, harvest these mixed seeds. We get a fair bit of stuff. Nothing that amazing. But let us plant, let's see here, I'm going to plant some root vegetables. Again, I'm not doing this in the most ideal way. You can find online a guide on how to do this. No, I don't really want to do that. I'll just use some infusion with crops because I don't get any extra bonus from using the fancier 300 gold help.
If the flowers within the greenhouse are removed, they will soon wilt and wither. Is that not so, Professor? I feel I can empathize with them. The flowers that thrive, despite their environment, are truly inspiring, are they not?
Intriguing. Anyway, let us go over to that big red exclamation. Well, let's talk to Rafael.
Hey, Professor. Do you happen to have any food on you? I'm starving. No matter how much I eat before I train, I'm always so hungry after. My muscles must be going through a growth spurt.
I mean, the dining hall is right over there. But if you remember, with the lost items we've gotten a wooden button, which seems like it would belong to Rafael.
Hey! I can't believe I dropped this. Thanks for bringing it to me.
You're welcome. Anyway, let us go over to... Is that Yuritsa who has a task for us? It is.
What? I desired fresh air.
True. Like
I have a favor to ask.
Bolstering our forces, so we can talk to the battalion guildmaster. If you remember way back, actually, let's talk. Nope, that's not Sylvain. If you remember, over here we had a few shops of nothing. We have the battalion guildmaster here.
What do you require?
We can hire our battalions. We can replenish our battalions. Because if you remember, so if you can see, the units you saw a lot of combat in that last chapter, Ferdinand and Edelgard, they have a lot of damage on the battalions. And Violet has a bit because he didn't do too much fighting in that chapter, but we can replenish them because once a battalion basically runs out of endurance, it no longer provides any buff from it. And you can't use the gambits from it.
In the Battalion Guild, you can find various battalions that aren't affiliated with the Church of Faerghus. We're allowed to hire them if we so please, so you should familiarize yourself with the guild whenever you have the chance. Naturally, battalions lose endurance as they fight. If you visit the Battalion Guild in the market, you'll be able to replenish their endurance.
You can also do that during battle. If you remember this marketplace of battalion guilds, we can basically go there and restore the health of our battalions. Here Anna has a quick quest for us.
Some folks have made their home pit only the...
I'm gonna Oh.
Abyss? You're interested in that place, are you? Ancient sprawling remains deep below Garrick Mach. That's Abyss. Some folks have made their home there. Obviously, they all have their reasons and tales to tell. But only the most enterprising merchant would venture near it. My advice? Avoid going there yourself.
Alright, whatever you say, Anna. Anna here is an interesting case. She is a unit you can recruit if you have certain DLCs. I guess I'll recruit her, because if you remember, I said I'm not recruiting any students. Technically, she's not a student, but Anna isn't exactly the greatest unit. Basically, how she works is that she's an archer, but unlike archers who normally have strength, she uses magic. The problem is, magic is, well, magic, and bows use strength. Actually, I don't think I'll recruit her now, because, let's say, for example, like, I could recruit a student, so I recruited one now versus I recruit them later. If I recruit them later, they'll basically have scaled up with us. So, oh, not again. Anyway, I'll finish this thought. So basically, what happens is that, I can recruit Anna later at a point where she'll have a better bow rank to use better weapons like that. Sorry about that. I don't know why my audio keeps wanting to just take a quick pause, which is great. I'll check on it after this recording, but here we have someone we can talk to. Yes, we have Hilda.
Professor, your clothes are a bit dirty. If you don't pay attention to your hygiene, the girls won't like you. I hate when my clothes get dirty. That's one of the many reasons I find it best to train as little as possible.
Alright. I mean, I just came from a battle, so I wouldn't be surprised if I wasn't a bit dirty, considering I think I got stabbed a few times. But anyway, let's talk to the gatekeeper.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Have you talked with Catherine yet? If the knights are the cream of the crop, she's the cream of the cream. Oh, and that relic of hers. I hear it's nothing short of amazing.
Interesting. I'll pay attention to that whenever that happens. I guess we're gonna be borrowing an apple? A cabbage. Yep. Oh, I guess there are cabbages right there, so I guess we just stole a cabbage.
Since we're heading to Castle Gaspar, that means we'll be passing through Magdrid Way. The road is well known for its beautiful surroundings. Depending on the time of year, it can be incredibly foggy, though. When it's like that, you can't enjoy the lovely scenery. Lucky for us, it shouldn't be too foggy while we're there. Not that we'll have time for sightseeing, anyway.
Alright, that's nice. Anyway, that guy isn't onto us in our devious actions. I guess we're gonna return back to Edelgard for a few reasons. One, for the quest. Two, for giving her her lost item.
I knew I could count on you.
We get something that we can't use, a bergamot, whatever the heck that is. And I'm going to not give her a gift. Well, I'll gift her something just to get her motivation up, but I'll give her a white glove.
How did you know this was mine? Thank you, my
I mean,
teacher.
it did say it seems like something that Edelgard owns. And then I'll give her a... Let's see here. What would she like most here? Actually, no, I don't think any of those things are things that she likes a lot. So basically, the way that gift giving is that sometimes you can give a student an item and they'll love it, which will get 50 points of affinity or of motivation. A gift that they're neutral, well, that they're okay with, which you'll get 25 points of affinity or motivation. And you'll get big affinity for an item they love a lot, medium affinity or for an item they like okay, and then small and no affinity, and you don't get any motivation if they just don't like the item. Anyway, let's talk to Dorothea.
Professor, about this month's assignment, raising an army against the church? Really? Though it looks like we won't be fighting, it's still quite unsettling. My understanding is that it will all be subdued rather quickly.
Indeed, that's a bit strange that someone would just decide to raise an army against the church. And we also know that Lonato's a quite pious man, so why would he do something like that? We have something to help us become an even better professor. And let's talk to Marianne, Mercedes and Annette.
I've heard whispers about Lord Lonato. They say he's a very kind and gentle lord. Why would such a kind man suddenly raise an army? Oh, Professor, you were working late last night, weren't you? You shouldn't overdo it. A ghost might rise up from the well to get you if you stay up too late. Or so I'm told.
Interesting.
I have a favor to ask of you.
Well, now we can go to the counselor's, the cathedral's counselor to talk to them. So I guess I'll do that and show off what's there.
To be honest, I felt a bit lost here at the monastery. At a loss for what to do.
Thankfully, a sweet young girl reached out and offered her help. I believe she's Sedith's little sister.
Interesting. Anyway, ooh, if you see there on the map, there's a kind of like blue square with the dots on it. Basically, if you remember, I went to support and then I had a support ready with Ferdinand? Yep, Ferdinand. I can go there and trigger it, but because I believe Ferdinand has, full motivation, I won't be doing that because, basically, if I engage that now, I'll set his motivation to full, and I want to use that after I instruct him. So next time we instruct, which is tomorrow, I'll make sure to instruct him. So let's talk to Sylvain here.
Professor, have you seen Felix around? I swear, as soon as you take your eyes off him, poof, he's gone.
Yeah, I saw him in the training grounds.
Of course he's there. Sorry for bothering you, Professor. Thanks.
Don't worry about it, man. Anyway, let us go down here. So something I forgot to mention about mission assistants is that though, yeah, the unit can't get level ups and they can't really get items, you can build support points. And one of the best ways to recruit students from other classes is getting your support points with them and Byleth up, because higher supports means that there's going to be less restrictions. For example, I believe that you need 20 points of speed and a B rank in swords to recruit Felix, but that goes down if you have supports with him.
I hear that Lord Lonato served the King of Faerghus' older brother when he was younger, or something like that. He already had status and prestige, so why raise a rebellion? I guess it's none of my business.
Yeah, some things are just simply not adding up. Anyway, let's go in here and see what's going on in the dining hall.
Professor, I feel I must speak to you about Caspar's eating habits. I've never seen the like of it. He inhales entire plates of food in mere seconds.
Sounds unhealthy.
Hence my mentioning it to you. Good luck with him.
Let's talk to Caspar about this.
Today's meal was delicious. Linhardt keeps bothering me about eating too fast. Says I'm gonna choke or something.
When you're busy, there's no alternative.
Absolutely. I knew you'd see things my way.
Yeah, you can see that, honestly, the thing a responsible professor would do is say, like, yes, Linhardt, I'll talk to him. Hey, Caspar, can he stop eating so much? He'll die and choke to death. But anyway, I personally agree more with Linhardt because, yeah, no, you shouldn't just inhale plates of food because you run the risk of choking. But we can pick up an item here. Somebody went to the Kingdom School of Sorcery. I believe that belongs to Annette. But anyway, let's talk to Henneman.
I'm sorry, but I must vent to someone, Professor. You're familiar with Manuela's slovenly behavior, yes? That woman! She borrowed a book last week and returned it with stains of unknown origin on the cover and several pages either folded or torn. Just now, she dropped a sandwich on the floor, picked it up, and kept eating. When she saw my shock, she said simply, 3-second rule. Ugh.
Interesting. So, I believe that this sketch of a sigil belongs to Henneman. I'm not going to give it to him. You'll see why I'm not doing that later. But just remember to give that to him when the time comes. I know you probably can't guess when the time comes, but trust me, the time will come in the future. Anyway, let's talk to Sedith.
If you have a moment, I would like a word. It has been brought to my attention that certain individuals have been making advances toward Flame. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
Not at all.
If you do see anyone getting too close with Flame, please inform me of it at once.
Of course, Sedith. We'll tell you about anything suspicious that happens. Anyway, let's go to the cafeteria. I guess I'll check Ferdinand's motive. Oh, never mind. Ferdinand doesn't have any motivation. So I guess I'll trigger that support now. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have given that thing to Edelgard. Oh well, that's fine. I'll go with Bernadetta and Dorothea, because I really want to get her magic up so she can use more magic and healing magic.
Ooh, this is my favorite. You've got great taste.
Nice pun.
I think I like this, but it's been a while, so I'm not sure.
And the motivation goes up, and we get some support points with everyone, and we become a D-rank professor. We're now failing, but not as badly as we were before. We also get more activity points for instruction and exploration. We also get more money, but unfortunately our extra points for exploring the monastery don't activate until next time we go to the monastery, so that's just great. Anyway, I guess I'll show off a support with Ferdinand, because I'll show them off. Well, I'll show off some of them, some of the ones I like more. But for the most part, I won't really be showing them off. I might show off the one between Petra and Bernadetta, but again, I might put that into another video, because this video is probably already going to be like half an hour long. Anyway, let's go into this courtyard here and talk to Ferdinand.
Teacher.
Of course.
Hello, Professor. May I speak with you? You seem to hold Edelgard in high esteem. That is my impression, at least.
She's a good student.
She is certainly talented. No doubt about that. But I wonder, what is your opinion of me? I am quite talented too, am I not? Be honest. Do not hold back. Pretend that I am just a regular person, not the scion of a noble house.
I think you two are evenly matched.
Evenly matched? Me? With her? I was just being modest before. Honestly, I have always prided myself on being superior to Edelgard. But evidently that is not your perspective. I suppose there is only one thing to do. I must demonstrate my excellence.
That's not necessary.
Nonsense! You have entirely underestimated my abilities. You think I could ignore such a slight upon my honor? Not likely. Come, Professor. We will begin with battle. Edelgard's skills in combat are no match for mine. I heard that just the other day, she defeated a demonic beast without assistance. Well, anything Edelgard can do, I can do better. And in half the time. Professor, you can be my eyewitness and timekeeper. Here we go! 2 at once? That's... well, it will be fine. I can't do it. It seems you have saved my life. Thank you, Professor.
Support. Basically what supports will do is they'll provide small bonuses if the units are nearby each other during a battle. I believe that it's 2 squares away from each other, but don't quote me on that. Anyway, let's go into here and see the Dew and Dimitri.
Best be on your guard.
Thanks for the advice. Nice keeping it short and simple. Let's talk to Dimitri.
After Faerghus lost its king, there were many rebellions. It is likely that Lord Lonato's provocations are related. How frustrating that I am too young to take the throne, rendered powerless by age. If the throne is vacant much longer, the kingdom will fall to ruin.
That is actually really sad that he can't fix the country that he loves because he's too young. Anyway, let us go up here and see Lorenz. Yes, Lorenz.
It is a noble's duty to protect the common folk, not to endanger them by rallying armies in such a feckless and improper manner. Abuse of that kind is no better than slavery. A proper noble must guard the people from such a fate, wouldn't you say?
I agree.
Precisely why true nobility is well respected.
You can see that there's definitely some kind of division between the commoner students and the nobility students. We get Professor Oak here, and let us talk to this knight.
Catherine has invited me to train with her. How much do you think I should train before I'm ready to train with someone that strong?
I don't know. I mean, Catherine is really strong. Trust me, I know from personal experience. Let us go to the... Oh, I forgot to talk to Claude over here. That's weird. Anyway, let's go down here. Not be able to see because the camera doesn't... I don't really want to move. There we go. I moved the camera. And let's talk to Claude here looking at these books.
Hey, Teach. There's some minor noble rebelling in Faerghus, right? He has no chance of winning. I wonder what he hopes to achieve. Huh? Are you going along to help? Sounds like an easy victory, but good luck out there.
Yeah. Sounds like it's gonna be pretty simple. I mean, we're gonna be having the strongest of the Knights of Seiros along with us, and we're gonna have our students. We get some top pitching spots. Let's see here. I don't think I've talked to everyone. No, I haven't talked to Bernadetta. I guess because she's always in her room, it makes it really easy to miss her. But also, you know exactly where she's gonna be.
Huh? Is someone there? What do you want?
I want to give you a gift. Oh, you have full motivation. Never mind. I'm a cruel teacher. I only give you gifts if I feel like you can be more motivated. Anyway, let us go up here. Have we talked to everyone? No, we haven't talked to Marianne. I guess we're gonna be finishing things off by going to the counselor's box. Yeah. Oh, who else can we support with, actually? Bernadetta. Alright, she has full motivation. I'll just instruct her next time. I'll put something on screen about who I'm going to instruct, because I'm going to be skipping that because it's pretty simple, and you probably don't want to do the same exact thing I'm doing. I just want to put it up for you guys who are just curious about what I'm personally doing.
Oh, hello, Professor. Was there something you needed?
Can't see the horses.
Oh, you like horses? I like them too. They're such kind creatures.
Of course. Anyway, we are going to be going up here. I also should say, perhaps in the next episode, if I decide that I'm going to go out and do some extra battles, I'm going to do that in my own time because it's nothing interesting. It's going to be going out routing the enemy. You guys probably, well, you might want to see it, but it's nothing really that interesting. I might just skip to the end of the month, but I don't know. I'm going to decide off camera what I'm going to do. I might show that battle, I might not. It depends on what I'm deciding to do for the rest of the month. Anyway, let's talk to the counselor here. We have the advice box, and basically what it is someone's going to be asking us a question with a silhouette of their face, and we'll be able to have an answer to them, and hopefully have a good answer to the question. Everyone treats me like a child, please do something about it. We can answer there's no use fighting it. You should not feel pressure to act older than you are. Things would improve if you acted like an adult. Now we can see that by that silhouette, I believe that's like Cynthia, so I'm going to say you shouldn't be pressured to act older than you are, even, well, none of these answers are really great. Yeah, I can answer with that. Oh, that works.
Thank you so much for your help.
We get some nice little rewards. There are also 2 more notes, so I guess we'll answer those. But after these, I'm going to be ending things off. Again, I probably have already put up a little notation about who I'm training and for what. I'm probably going to be training Ferdinand and Bernadetta and Dorothea. I don't know for what, well, I could probably guess when future me is going to train them in, but I don't know. Future me does what future me wants to do, and sometimes it's really hard to predict what he does. I like to borrow a book from the library, but there are so many I can't decide. Do you have any recommendations? Lug and the Maiden of Wind, The Sword of Kyphon, or A History of the Founding of Faerghus? I'm going to put Lug and the Maiden of Wind. Nope, that wasn't the right answer. We'll get into Ash more when we learn more about him, but it's really sad to just see him depressed, just sitting there thinking about what his father is doing. I slept almost everywhere in the monastery, but lately I've been wanting to sleep outdoors. Do you know anywhere where I can sleep beneath the stars? A courtyard full of blooming flowers? A chilly, ominous graveyard? The Archbishop's beloved Star Terrace? There's only one right answer here. Oh, that was wrong. What? Anyway, I guess we'll never know. Well, the right answer is probably the green, it's obviously not a graveyard because it's a graveyard. It was probably the greenhouse, but anyway, that's it for this time. Again, sorry about all the video things. I'll try to make it seem as seamless as possible, but again, some things are out of my power. I'll also be skipping forward somewhat, but we'll see what I include. I might include one battle, but we'll see. Anyway, see you guys next time where we learn more about what's happening. And yeah, we'll be learning about more what's happening and seeing what we can do about it. See you guys then.